There's so much opportunities here. Tanisha, welcome, welcome, welcome. Tanisha was one of my neighbors when I was growing up, and we used to use the little phone and climb the tree. If you have missed that story, I'm definitely going to post that video on YT and my Think Nursing channel. So go over there and watch the entire live, and you hear about my story growing up. If you've missed out, all right? I talk about, running down the hill to use the toilet and making charcoal and all of them fancy stuff there from back in the days that I had experienced. So definitely go ahead and check out and subscribe to the page as well, all right? And then from there, but yeah. But America here, the opportunities are here. When you want your certifications, they're here. People will send you left, right, and center to go and do certifications. So take the opportunity. And that's what I did. Like, if they say, okay, then you need this, just go take it. Because a lot of times these are free courses. You understand? And sometimes they will send you and you probably end up paying a little money out of pocket. Go ahead and take the opportunity. If they say, okay, they're going to send you to do this procedure course, ultrasound, guided IV course or whatever it is, just run and take it. You understand? Because at the end of the day, you're just building on your skill. I just feel as though when we leave this place, we have all of these skills to go back to Jamaica and just implement, train other persons so they can be a little bit more proficient or a little bit more competent at what they're doing. Because I've learned a lot since I've been here. When you talk about some of the guidelines or, when you talk about getting like your trauma activations going, talk about your stroke activations, at least me have the knowledge, you understand? I have the knowledge and I can definitely go back to Jamaica and say, okay then, even though we might not have, everything on hand, this is what we can do to make things a little bit better. And so I just feel as though, if you come over here and get the opportunity to take every single one of them, you understand, take it and see how you can implement and make a change or make an impact somewhere. If you're not making an impact here in the States or wherever you're at, hopefully one day you'll be able to make it back in Jamaica and you make an impact, you make a mark. And that's just it. All right, so yeah. But it has been good so far. It has been good. Thank you for tuning in. Who's this? Use Nimota. So where are you at now, Lati? If you're still on the live here. Because a lot of my folks, I haven't seen them since graduation. Like, I probably see them on Facebook. Oh, you're in Maryland. Okay, how is it there in Maryland? You like it? A lot of them, I haven't seen them since, like, graduation. You probably talk with them on Facebook by saying hi and, but we haven't really linked up. And that was what I saw the other day that I was like saying to myself, oh my word, I don't have I don't see where my high school was doing anything like, batch of whatever. They have like some little link up. I don't really see that. And it was the same thing for my university. So, yeah. But it's nice seeing you though. Yeah, so that's just it. But my experience and everything has been good since I've been here. And I am doing house call service and I am enjoying it. Go there and try to make an impact. Try to go there and see what I can do for some of these patients because the population is a little bit different. It's not a little bit. It's so much different than, what I am accustomed to in Jamaica. You understand? It is so much different from what I'm accustomed to in Jamaica. The conditions might be the same. But may I tell you, so the patients, the presentation is just a little bit different a lot of times, for these patients. I am in Texas. Okay, Tanisha, nice. I'm not going down this year. I'm not going down this year. Probably next year, early next year. But the conditions are the same, but the presentations are totally different. And so a lot of times, when I go in to see patients, that is a surprising part about it. Because when I started working in the emergency room, because I never really had an experience with the home health setting or, what the homes of some of these patients were, I would normally just see them and then you just come up with your own, like, you just think of it to say, okay, then this is what is happening. Until I actually stepped out of emergency room nursing and going into home health and realized that, no, this is a total different kettle of fish I deal with. You understand? It's totally different from what I was anticipating. because I am just saying that this is America. This is a first world country, and you know they have Medicaid, they have Medicare, you have resources on the fingertip and all them things there. And then we just realize that it's like difficult. It's so difficult for a lot of these patients. It is so difficult for a lot of these patients. And so I understand, I've come to understand why a lot of patients are in the situations that they're in. You understand? And it comes back down to, you know, healthcare. Healthcare is a business. If you don't have money, you're dead. And it's the same thing in Jamaica. If you don't have money, basically you're dead too. But me just tell you, say here in the States, it's just a little bit more, you know, it's more of an eye-opener for me, because I was just thinking that the resources are here. Patients' condition are just going to be a little bit better. You know, they have so many resources out there to help persons. But at the end of the day, God bless the amount of people who are actually enrolled or using those services, or even want to try to use those services, because sometimes they will tell you that, oh no, they're not going to give up this for, you know, for that. And so you realize that them situations just get worst. Let's just say, you understand, it just get worst. And so yeah, it's just a little bit different than a lot of things that I am accustomed to in Jamaica, here in house call. But actually, you know, I'm not gonna really say like it. It's okay, because when I go in and see these patients, I try to see, you know, what I can do for them. I try to go above and beyond for them. And even though sometimes I might not go back to some of them hosts, because my tell you say, my stomach is strong, but sometimes, you know, that's strong. You understand? It's only strong because I am there at the time. You understand? I go prepared for the worst, and when I do, this is a situation, so I deal with it. You understand? But after that, once I step out and I take my, you know, deep breath, and that's it. Me can't, you know, that's strong for me to go back a second time. You understand? But I try to see what I can do for that patient. I try to go above and beyond for that patient, and that's it. That's it. That's the least I can do for them. That's the least I can do for them a lot of times. And I just feel as though if one or two of what I advocated for them to, you know, to get or ordered for them does come through, then me feel good. You understand? But sometimes the situations are just so past helping. Like it depressing bad. It's so depressing. So I don't know, but it's sad. The other day I went and saw this patient, and I've seen like a lot of things. I've seen the bed bugs, I've seen the lice, I've seen the scabies, and you know, most of the time they're coming to the hospital to you. So when they put you in a room and they say, okay, then this is a scabies patient, then you know definitely you lock off the entire time. You understand? We go ahead and we put up tape when you exit that room, and you don't really go anywhere too far. You understand? Because you don't want to contaminate the entire hospital. So we go ahead, not necessarily the hospital, but the department. So we go ahead and tape up those doors so that whatever is inside the room stays in the room until it's time for, you know, it to be fumigate. And I tell you that when that is it when they come to the hospital, but you won't know until you get to their home. You understand? And I went in and I saw this patient. I mean, I tell you, say, me have to kind of just step back. You understand? I had to step back because the lady had a dog, and the dog was just so big. It was like a one room. But I knew that something was off from before. But, you know, you don't judge a book by the cover all the time. So I went in, but may I tell you something? I have to kind of tell the lady, say, no, meet me on the patio. You understand? Meet me on the patio. She was like, what? I'm like, yeah, meet me on the patio because I can't stay in here. Cannot stay in here. And you have to tell them the truth some of the time. A lot of times they don't really like to hear it. You understand? But I don't really know how to tell it any other way. I have to tell you, say, no, me can't see it like that. You understand? So meet me on the patio. You stay on the patio, me stay on the grass. And that's just it. So I can actually hear what you have to say. But this, she was like, yeah, you're the first person to come here and be not coming in the house. I say, yeah, because you have a lot of things going on here. And that's the thing with me. When I go in to see patients, you know, as I say, I go there prepared. I go well prepared to see my patients. Because, may I tell you, so when I just started out and realized the surprise that I am seeing, you know, going into some of these houses, you have to kind of reevaluate your, you know, how you're going to be going in. And that was just it. Like, I had to reevaluate how is it that I'm going to go into these patients' home and take care of them, try to give them the best care as possible, but at the same time, try to, you know, keep myself safe. And she was like, yeah, you're the first person to come here and not want to come inside. I said, yeah, because I see a lot of things going on, so I'm not going to come in. She's like, it's just scabies. I say, yeah, that's it. It's just scabies. I ain't coming in there. So me step back out. Like, you know, I literally just step back out. And that was it. I say, I will just go ahead and order you something, but I'm not doing any, you know, form of blood pressure. I'm not touching it. I'm not doing anything. I'll just go ahead. She said that everybody else come there and, you know, do their thing. I say, well, everybody else is different. You understand? Everybody do their thing differently. But this is me. I'm not going to be putting my items at risk, you know, when I realize that this is a situation. It's just not conducive. So I told her I was gonna call pest control, you know, to come and help her out. And she said, no, I don't need them as yet. I just need to clear up, you know, what is going on. But a lot of times you'll probably be talking with the patients and they don't really understand, like, you know, if you don't fix one problem, the other problem is still going to be there. You can't be trying to fix scabies or bed bugs and the place is still infested with certain things. You have to fix both of them at the same time, or else it's a cycle. It's going to be the same thing over and over, you know. So I just go ahead and order what I can and just put a little X beside that one, because I can't go back there. I can't go back. So I went there one time and I see what the situation is. They have to figure out how to, you know, they have to figure out how to help these patients, the social worker. And as I say, if the patient don't need any, if the patient doesn't want the help, what you can do? You can't do anything. And then yet still they complain that, you know, you're probably not doing anything for them. But if they're refusing things, you can't really do anything much for these patients. You can't do anything. You just have to document that they don't want pest control. They don't want this. They don't want to move out of their house. You know, and that's just it. So good night everyone. Team Music, thank you. Good night. So that's just it. But you go out there and you see, I've seen it all. I've seen like a ton of stuff that I never did thought that, you know. And that's the thing, like, you know, my channel is supposed to kind of bring awareness to certain things, because you have a lot of persons who say, oh yeah, I want to go to a house call and be working. You want to go to, you know, be a FNP and you want to work in the clinic and you want to do this, but they have no clue what is out there. You understand? And I just feel as though if I can bring across a certain awareness, some information, something out there, so you can know that, okay, this is what you're going to be going out there to do, you know, I think it's just a good thing for me. You understand? So that's just it. But it's the population out there is a little bit different, and the situations out there are a little bit different. Patients are not always willing to want to change, and sometimes you just have to accept it and move on. You understand? It doesn't make sense you keep on visiting somebody who has a problem and you're trying to help them and they don't want the help. They don't want the help. They will tell you, oh, they don't want this because they're not making any adjustment to their diets. Can't really do anything about that. You understand? You just have to document and document clearly, let's just say, and move on. So yeah. Oh, hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to just double tap your live, touch my nose multiple times. That's what the ladies say. Yeah, touch my nose to give the video a like, and just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. All right, if you haven't subscribed as it or follow, go ahead and follow me here. I basically talk about everything nursing. All right, the good, the bad, the ugly, and yeah, that's it. And follow me on YT. Subscribe over there as well at ThinkNursing. It's one word, where I share more content, longer form content. I finally just kind of started TikTok here, so I'm still new to it, and it's just a little bit easier for me to go ahead and make content. So a lot of times the content might just seem a little bit longer, but you have to bear in mind that I try to produce content for, you know, yeah. But thank you so much for tuning in. Play a match. I don't know anything about no match. What is this match you're talking about? Okay. But yeah. But if you're a nurse and you're listening in and you want to share your story, and as I say, it's more of like to encourage, educate, bring awareness, inspire a person. If you have a nursing story that you definitely feel as though will impact person, then I have a podcast as well that definitely I would love to hear your story. So you can always go ahead and just inbox me. And it's not really like an interview. I want it to be like a sit down, just you being comfortable in your own shell and just sharing your story. And that's it. You understand? I don't really want any, you're kind of pretty it up. No, I want it to be a case where if you want to ball, you ball. If you want to cry, you cry. Them kind of vibes there, definitely. Just go ahead and share your story with me. All right? And you can also share your day in the life of a nurse with me as well, just to bring across, what it is like probably working as a LPN, a CNA, a CRNA, whatever it is in nursing that you would want to share. Go by host to invite someone. It's to complete your goals. Oh, where are my goals? All right, then let's see who I can invite here. So I guess I have a goal for the day. So go to the host, go by the host to invite someone. It's to complete your. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, what's this? Okay, so somebody's on here.
Yeah.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
How are you doing?
I'm alright.
So what is this goal you're talking about that I need to complete?
Yeah, you have some goals you have to complete for the day, and you receive some rewards.
Yeah, I keep on seeing them sending messages like that. I don't have a clue what